lose all sense of reality and enter another world. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.
Beyond.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Beyond, episode 153. Remember, only 47 more episodes to the 200th episode extravaganza. I'm your host, Greg Miller, alongside Guides Guru, Colin Moriarty.
Beyond.
Guides Overlord, Mark Ryan Sali.
How's it going?
And IGN's resident news hound, always searching for truffles.
I'm never going to do that again.
Why not? Why aren't you ever going to do that
I
again?
thought about it on the way in. I was like, I'm going to do the dog barking thing. The podcast.
So you knew before you came in you were going to do that.
Yeah, it was planned.
Don't pigs search for truffles?
Go. Yeah, I know. I screwed it up.
Oh, okay.
But I used to say that, Jim Riley was a pig to news. News being the truffle, Jim Riley's pig. Because he roots them out. He gets in there, he gets crazy.
He's all like, you can't see me. Doing the little nose nuzzle thing under the tree root.
Jim Riley, last night was a big night for you and I.
Yeah, it was.
TGS is going on. That's why role-playing
I don't even know what time it is right now.
Yeah.
Or what day.
How much sleep do you think you've had in the past few days?
Well, I actually had a pretty good night's sleep last night. I had about 7 hours.
Oh.
But prior to that, before I went to bed, I think I had like 2. So.
All right.
What time did you go to bed last night?
Like 1.
You're feeling loopy last night. We were doing the IM. Sony had their big TGS conference last night. Lots of announcements.
Hope you didn't say that conversation.
No, I save all my conversations. We can read that on a future podcast. Did you watch any of it, Colin?
No, my internet went down at home right before the conference
You
started.
didn't miss anything.
Let me tell you.
Really? Yeah,
Sony Computer Entertainment Japan, they can't put on a show like Sony Computer Entertainment America.
Well, I don't think this wasn't a press conference. This was just them on the show floor announcing stuff.
Yeah, well, they sucked it up when they did.
And they sucked it up.
No Kevin
Well,
Butler?
I mean, the video, the quality of the video wasn't very good. I mean, it was just all Japanese, no idea what was going on.
That's fine. I'm not mad at that. I understand that.
I mean, but they didn't bring Kaz out. I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't do the thing.
It was they'd come out and they would just talk into the mic and then they'd show a
They'd bring
trailer.
up developers of whatever games they're announcing
Yeah.
and have them show it off.
Talking a bunch of stuff we didn't know. But anyways, it is TGS. That means that we have a stacked, what is and forever will be, Roper Report. Time for some news.
I'm not impressed about the fact that they're not making the noise.
I'm not making that noise.
I made it.
Guests rarely make the noise.
I made it
Jim
a little
tried.
bit.
Jim tried. Yeah, he's tired.
Our guest left, though.
Oh, yes, we have a weird bug in the office
There's a
that
bug on
Jim
the desk.
refused to kill in the
I wanted
podcast
him to
room.
listen
now
to
it's
Beyond.
gone.
It's
It
probably a
went-
tick. It's
No, it
probably
went
giving
under
you
the
Lyme
table.
disease. Oh, that's much more
So
cool.
it's finding its way around.
I inspected it. It's not a tick.
Okay, so it's not. I won't die.
I don't know what
most
it
likely.
was.
But it's a weird looking bug.
Mark
I'll agree with
Ryan,
that
the
part.
zoologist.
Oh, it might kill you. It's just not going to give you Lyme disease.
I have spiders in my apartment room. I don't know where
You
they're
have
coming
spiders
from.
in there?
Yeah, I always see like one little one, and there's not just one.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
no,
somewhere.
no.
I haven't looked for them yet.
I made Bromley kill a spider in my room once because I wouldn't.
Why didn't
Did you really?
Because I'm scared of spiders.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll
Cheryl
crush
and
my
I
hand.
argue for like an hour about who's going to kill a spider when it's on the wall before. And then I have like a little I take the Swiffer thing,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
like jam it from like 7 feet away.
Just grab the magazine
What are
and
you
just do
afraid
the
of?
big wind-up.
I don't.
What
like
do you think's going to happen?
I don't know. Maybe they'll jump.
And
that
worst
is
is
actually pretty scary.
Maybe you'll miss, and then it's
Then
going to
it's
scurry
pissed.
away
you're going to miss?
and seek revenge.
Come on.
You got to
Actually,
be
you
careful.
know what?
You're a
For-
world-class hockey goalie.
For spiders, like if
Yeah.
you go, you know how like if you go to the internet and type in spiders in Google search and like all the images come up, like I can't do that because it has all like the close-ups of the spiders' faces. I can't do that.
You ever see the
Can't
clock,
do it.
you ever see Clock Spider, the old GameFAQs phenomenon?
Yeah,
Clock Spider.
yeah. I would freak out. I see like a girl and run away.
Can I do that right now on my phone and show it to
No,
you?
do
What'll
not do
happen?
that. I just
That's the big news of the week.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's afraid
Colin,
of spiders.
you better make sure all the spiders are dead when I come over to your house. Next
Oh, to
weekend.
play Stratego.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess playing Stratego next week?
Yeah.
I was gonna come last weekend, but the N wasn't running. I didn't know how to make it. I don't even know where you guys live. You're in whatever area, San
The
Francisco.
sunset.
Gotta move downtown. Come on.
Yeah, let me move downtown real quick. I'll get right on that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jim, how long have you been in San Francisco?
About a year and a half.
Have you left at all?
To go somewhere else.
Like the city?
What do you mean?
Have you been outside of the city?
Yeah.
You have?
Well, I lived outside the city my first year here
Okay.
in a hotel.
So since you've moved, that's right.
You lived in a hotel for a year?
No, for a month, right? Or
Yeah,
a couple
it
weeks.
was about a month and a half. Yeah. Well, because I moved out here, then I had to go to E3. I didn't have time looking for. It was pretty.
That's where you and I bonded, the Caltrain.
That was it.
Getting in and out
The
burgers.
day I took the train into the city, I had to call Clayman, have him come pick me up.
Yeah, that was great.
Yep.
That was great. We're sidetracked.
Yeah.
Colin, a lot of news came out of TGS.
Yeah, too much news.
First off, the big one, probably, Last Guardian has a holiday ship date of 2011.
Yeah, just like I predicted.
You excited for that? You happy with that one?
Yeah, oh yeah. I think that's totally fun. They need time.
Did you read Clemence's story that they wanted to make the protagonist a girl, But they didn't know how to get around her having a skirt, so they
They're
just
sexist.
said, "Screw it,
They're
we'll do a
sexist.
boy."
Really?
Yes.
Yes,
Because girls can't wear pants.
That was Christine Steinberg's comment in the article. Clements, I guess, turned to her during the presentation and asked her the question if she was offended, and apparently she rightfully so was.
Yeah.
I think this would have come out sooner, but I mean, Sony's a pretty stacked
First
year
half of next year.
They probably thought we don't need to put this out.
Yeah, they don't want to have a holiday season circa 2010.
Right.
2011,
2 games.
the year of the PlayStation.
How lame was that trailer though?
I didn't even see the trailer.
The music was not good.
I don't really care about the music.
Well,
It was
that's
just-
that didn't set the mood at all. It was like, what? It's like.
It was just the kid and the dog cat creature.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've seen this before.
Yeah, that was the other thing too. It didn't look new.
I want to see.
Wait,
something
have we
cool.
seen? We haven't seen in-game, have we? Until
That's
now?
all. Well, I mean,
That
that's,
was all.
Yeah, it's
We've
all
seen
been
in-game
before.
cinematics. We haven't seen in-game gameplay. Does it have gameplay?
Yeah, that was
I haven't seen
gameplay.
it.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
there was as much gameplay as I think we've seen before.
It still didn't do much.
A dude running.
For Greg.
It's still going to be awesome.
No puzzles.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's coming holiday in North America and Europe. They confirmed it. It may come out earlier in Japan. I think that's.
Oh, really?
I'm sure it
Pretty
probably
that's what it
will.
was.
Interesting. The Team Ego collection is also coming. This one's coming in spring of 2011.
Again, just like I predicted.
Upscaled, HD, trophy enabled, all that
Yeah,
jazz.
you and about a million other people. This was confirmed earlier in the week in Famitsu, but we have details from TGS. It's coming out. If you don't mind, Greg.
No, please go. This is a
is why-
conversational
this is why you're
podcast.
It's coming out on Blu-ray in North America and Europe. They're not sure how it's going to be out in Japan, if they're going to do download or what. It's going to have trophy support. Colin, you like that, right?
Of course, yeah.
It's going to have support 3D. It's going to be
It's gonna
wide
have 3D.
3D capability, functionality.
Sweet.
Widescreen.
Okay.
Will it move?
They didn't mention that. It's
What
gonna
could you
be
do in those?
upscaled?
3D.
Fixed frame rate. Everyone's looking for that fixed frame rate.
I would hope so.
No?
A PS2 game coming to PS3.
Yeah, I mean, frame rate was like the major complaint about.
I didn't
Shadow
think it
of
was
the
that
Colossus
bad.
when
I thought it
first came
was.
out. No,
you know,
it didn't bother me
it
too
wasn't
much
like
either.
awful.
But
I mean, I beat the game. It was fine. I enjoyed it.
It was definitely a lowish frame rate though. It made like a lot of camera pans and stuff like that sort of maybe difficult to watch. It didn't bother me too much, but
You were a big fan, right?
oh yeah, it's like probably my number 1 or number 2 favorite game of all time.
Whoa.
I bought the soundtrack to that. That was the first soundtrack I imported.
Yeah.
The Eco game will also have the extended European edition ending.
That's the one where they get it out, right?
No.
No?
No, I don't know. I haven't actually seen it. So.
Oh, well, you didn't go to Europe to play?
No.
Oh, interesting.
But I think Eco looks really good, upscaled. There was some talk that game might not look good because
Why wouldn't it?
it's kind of low res
It's an early
originally.
Well, yeah,
PS2
the
game.
original game was like one of the few
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 games that ran in low resolution. It didn't even run in like normal resolution
Yeah.
for a PlayStation.
It looks great.
2.
I think it actually looks better than Shadow of the Colossus.
You think so? Huh?
Yeah.
The
From the
upgraded
trailer?
version or the original?
Just the screenshots. The
Oh,
trailer's
okay.
terrible. It's
It's not a
poorly
bad
cut.
trailer.
I could have done a better job than that.
Could you?
Yeah.
You and
I bet you
up there
I
in the
will-
Avid booth?
In some point in the next year, I will make a better trailer for that game.
No, you won't.
That sounds like a throwdown.
I can do a better trailer than that game.
Okay.
I've made trailers before.
I want to see this trailer.
Okay.
All right, can we run it on IGN then?
Yeah,
Jim Ryan,
sure.
this is a special
I
edition.
don't know when I can do it, but
See, that's
we'll
my
do
thing.
it.
That's why I don't think you'll actually do it.
Just remind me. Let me know when I have
You were
some
gonna
time.
grow. You were gonna grow that beard too.
Yeah, there's a good bet.
That was 2 months. Okay.
That was not 2 months.
That was like a month and a
no
half.
way.
I was already well into it before I even agreed to do
If anybody
that.
doesn't remember, Jim said he wasn't going to shave again until 2011 and broke down to a month and a half later. to shave.
It was itchy, I'm sure.
It was mental.
Oh, yeah.
It was all
no,
mental.
no one ever said it wasn't going to be tough. A lot of people had money on them that they could. Whatever. Hey, Jim, I got a news story for you. Tell me about this.
I probably wrote it. So
yeah, I know you did. Tell me about Project Dark. You're excited about this one.
Yeah. So during that Sony presentation last night, they announced Project Dark, which is from the guys from Software who did Demon Souls.
It's from who?
From Software.
It's from
From
Software.
From Software.
Who's on first?
And
Awful.
No.
they announced it at the show as a PS3. It's coming to PS3. But then a press release later in the day said it's coming to 360 as well. So I think it's PS3 only in Japan, and outside of Japan, it's for 360 PS3.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that.
They don't want to sell to the 10 people in Japan that have an Xbox.
I guess.
Burn.
But
Colin
yeah, there's not a lot of details, but they said it's basically it's kind of like the spiritual successor of Demon Souls. So we'll see. There wasn't any screenshots. I don't recall.
Why don't they make an actual successor to Demon Souls?
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not making
I
Demon
think.
Souls too.
I mean, it might have to do with. I don't know who owns the license for that game. If Sony owns it, they might want to do a multi-platform game instead. I don't know.
Here's a fun one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Colin Moriarty gathered the Roper Report today, and so he has his own little touches in there. His own little column where salt and pepper in there. Here's one. Disappointing Onimusha fans everywhere. Capcom has announced a new Devil May Cry title. Ninja Theory is working on the game with Capcom USA. It's considered a reboot of the series. No firm release date yet.
Yeah. Who cares?
You're that what? I thought it looked awesome. We can't. Well, now the problem is that we have to get Clements in here because he's a huge Devil May Cry fan.
Devil May Cry Twilight Edition? I don't know.
Yeah, see, this is the problem that a lot of people are having, right? Is that I put up on my Twitter, oh, that trailer looks awesome because I didn't, the first Devil May Cry we had 4 of them. I'm done with it. Let's do something new. Something new comes along. It looks great. I think it looks cool. So I said that. Everybody else freaked out. A lot of kids are going through what I went through with Infamous 2.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It sounds like infamous scandal all over again.
We'll see if we can change that.
I
too.
think
This one you will not change.
I think it looks cool, but I just
haven't
don't.
seen it yet.
I don't like Devil May Cry.
Everybody says he looks
Yeah.
like
It's totally-
the vampire from Twilight, which I know you're up to date on.
Yeah, I love Twilight.
The first Devil May Cry game's cool. It's just like I think I'm just
appreciate.
disappointed that Onimusha's not. They're not like doing anything with that series. Honest to God, like it's
Devil May Cry 3 poops
I-
on Onimusha.
I think Devil May
Onimusha
Cry.
3 maybe.
on all Onimusha.
No, you never even played the first 2.
They don't have to.
I appreciate the complexity of the games, but it's just I can't get into it. They
No?
also announced another
They're
game
good
there,
games.
like that might be for you, Colin. It was the Ashura's Wrath.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you have it on there?
That's on there.
Yeah, it's on here
It's
somewhere.
kind of like an Onimusha game,
into it,
sort
hold
of.
on.
I just read about it. I didn't really look at anything about it.
I can't believe how well that story's doing on IGN.
What?
The announcement story. That announcement story did really well on
For
PS3.
Devil May Cry?
No,
for Ashura's Wrath?
Devil May Cry. No, duh, that did really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the other one.
Yeah,
Ashura's
man.
Wrath. It's a hack and slash game. I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks kind of neat.
Was that the Mikami Suda?
No.
Cyberpunk 2 of .hack fame and Capcom are working on a new multi-platform game called Asura's Wrath, third-person action game using Unreal Engine 3. No release date or other information available.
It did look like it. Unreal Engine 3.
You're thinking of Shadows of the Damned or
Yeah,
Shadows.
that's on there. You're killing the
Oh,
Roper
yeah.
Report,
Sorry.
Jim.
Sorry.
No, it's a conversational podcast. He's doing fine. He's doing fine. He's holding it together.
That's right. I'm doing it fine. What?
What?
I don't even know what that means.
Dead Space Extraction. We saw that in action finally. PlayStation Move
Yep.
enabled on the PS3.
It will have trophies. Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, it's PS2 exclusive. Well, it's obviously Wii exclusive. But
It's
I'll play
going to
it
come to Xbox at some
So wait,
point.
is it its own game? Like they're
No,
selling it
well,
separately?
kind of. It's
It's
going to be
in this-
bundled with the limited edition, but then you will be able to download off the PlayStation Store as well.
Okay, so then
And
its
you don't
trophies
need
will be
move for it. You
separate.
don't need move for it.
The
No,
fact,
you
that,
can use
the
your
fact that you don't
controller.
need move for it means that it'll be on 360.
Not anytime soon, though.
It'll be
Jim.
in 6 months or so.
Jeez.
How about that Dead Space 2 multiplayer?
Yeah, that,
Anyway,
that didn't do it for me.
Who cares about that? I don't. Why though? Why does it need multi? Why does
'Cause that's what
everything need
everybody
multiplayer?
I wrote a
Everybody
story
thinks-
about that, Colin.
I can't take it anymore.
Drop some knowledge. Why did it need
Because
it?
fans wanted it.
That's BS.
Who wants to play Dead Space with another person?
Lots of people. What's,
I wouldn't mind
what's
playing-
next on your list there?
I wouldn't mind playing co-op with other people. If it was just like co-op missions like Uncharted 2, where they're out of the canon, they're just happening, that'd be fun. I could do that.
I guess so. It's just like Dead.
4-on-4 Necromorphs
Dude, this is
versus
exactly
people,
what
yeah.
killed Resident Evil 5. This is exactly what killed Resident Evil 5.
No,
Well, there's no
we'll kill
multiplayer
it.
in Resident Evil 5.
I'm saying that first of all, yeah, there is multiplayer in Resident Evil 5.
Yeah,
There's
that's the whole. That's the
co-op
whole one.
online. This doesn't have co-op online though.
And so you're wrong.
And this is outside the story. This is just competitive stuff.
And it's just the idea of pulling Isaac out of.
Well, it's not Isaac. It's 4 other engineers.
Oh, it's 4 other.
Four
dudes.
other dudes in suits.
Where's Isaac?
He's out eating a burrito somewhere. Space burrito.
I don't even know what's going on with this game.
It's not part of the canon. It's not story. It's just these are missions
Well,
happening
no.
inside.
It's part of the story. It weaves into the story.
Okay, but I'm
it's
saying
not,
you can
right.
play the single player campaign
Wait,
as
wait,
Isaac
wait.
and never have to touch this and
Oh,
never
that's
miss
okay. That's what I'm
anything.
saying. The single player game is Isaac, right?
Right.
Correct.
Okay. Well, okay. I just feel like I don't know. It's like I just want the game to concentrate on a really robust, meaningful single player story
they
that
said that in
scares
their-
the crap out of you.
They said that in their story.
They said that's still there. Yeah.
I'll see it.
You'll
believe
see
when I
when you.
it.
Okay.
Maybe I'll believe it and then I'll see
People always ask for multiplayer games. I remember, like, even to our guides email, we posted the strategy guide for Assassin's Creed emails. Was there multiplayer in Assassin's Creed? No, why would there be? Now there's a multiplayer Assassin's Creed game.
Easy way to make money.
it. I can't. I mean, I can't. I just can't relate to that particular thing. I would much rather play games by myself.
You can do that. It's not. You don't have to play online, Colin.
Exactly. This isn't forced on you, but it's there, and I didn't think it was
It's
that great.
optional.
Jim didn't think it was that great.
Well, let's see when the trophies come out, Jim. If it's how optional it is.
Oh,
no.
burn.
Can't help you there, Colin.
Hey, Mark Ryan.
Yeah, what's up?
There's a simple mode being added to Marvel vs. Capcom 3 to make it more accessible to newcomers. Thoughts?
So Colin can beat you now.
Yeah, maybe he can. No, probably he can't. It's not surprising. I mean, they did it with Capcom versus SNK 2, when they released it on the on GameCube, it had, I think it was called the EO. I don't remember what that stands for. Everyone maybe, but they had a version where you could play, you could do special moves by hitting just up, left, or right on the analog stick. So you can just do, I can't do a Shoryuken motion. I'll just hit up on this analog stick, and it ended up. I think I remember trying to play like that, and I couldn't do it well. And so I don't think that
It's not that much easier.
well, it's easier for people to do moves. I think it's gonna be easier for people to play the game and feel like they know what they're doing. But it's not going to make anyone better at playing the game versus someone that knows what they're doing.
Okay.
In other words, Colin's not going to beat me.
Do you want to brief on this? We've never talked about this in the air. There's a bet standing for our Extra Life competition.
Yeah,
we're playing games for 24 hours for charity. Please donate. tinyurl.com/extraigm.
So long ago, it wasn't that long ago. It was like a year ago. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out on PlayStation Network, and I was playing Wolfenstein. So we were Raven Wolfenstein. So we were.
And those skills transfer over very easily.
Oh yeah. Well, we were. In other words, I really liked Wolfenstein. He really liked Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So we were at the office late a lot those couple weeks, and we were just playing these games. And then Mark started talking a lot of crap about how he's the god of Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
And he is.
First of all, I'm not that good at the game.
Yeah, you're very good at it.
He is.
I'm not that
first
good.
of all, I mean, I'm busting balls and stuff like that, but he's actually really, really good at
I'm
the
not
game.
that good.
Like really, really good.
You watch YouTube videos.
I watch him demolish people online over and over again with teams I pick for him. And he still just demolishes people because I have him play as Team Mega Man, which is like Mega Man, Tron, and Roll, and he still destroys everyone. So he was talking to me, and he's like, I will give you. We will switch jobs, basically, if you can beat me in Marvel vs. Capcom one time in 100 matches. And we kind of just talked and then forgot about it. It was busy season and stuff like that. But now with Extra Life, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to sit down. We're going to play 100 matches.
100 matches. And Colin Moriarty will never beat me.
And if he beats you, though, you switch jobs? Is that the
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever he wants.
You're that confident in your skills. I got to say, I don't see how you could beat him.
Well, I'm just playing with the law of averages, basically. And also, the fatigue factor, the confidence factor is maybe going to get a little cocky. I can see it happening earlier. I can see it happening late.
That's what I think is going to happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen late.
But
You
maybe
think so? I think we're going to be 85 matches in, and Colin is just going to have no hope whatsoever.
Yeah,
It's like those last 15 matches are just going to be him being like, well, whatever.
Okay.
It's dumb, whatever.
Bro, well, I'm putting $50 down on this if you guys do it. So.
Oh, they're doing it.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
when I
it's
see you
going-
guys sit down
it's
doing it,
going
I'll
down.
put
we'll do
Mark
it.
Ryan-
We'll do it first thing.
Give me a time estimate on how long each match will take. How long do you see this going? You're playing for 24 hours, but you're not doing this for 24 hours.
I honestly have no idea. I mean, I've played like 50 matches of Marvel vs. Capcom at a time multiple times in my life, but that's just sort of, sitting around, dinking around for a couple hours.
I gotcha.
I would guess this will take at least 2-3 hours.
Interesting.
It'll probably take about 30 minutes because I'm probably going to win somewhere in the.
You're going to win right in the beginning. You're going to shock the world. How awesome would it be if Colin was going home at night and just turning on his PS3 and putting in some random game, but then playing on another TV?
Yeah,
practicing?
I'm feigning like I'm playing Worms 2 or something, but really I'm playing Marvel vs. Capcom. No, I'm not going to even touch it before. Because
I told him he can practice all he wants. I have a strategy guide written with all of my strategies. It's on our site. He can go and read up.
I'm not going to do it because Mark.
I'm not going to prepare for this competition.
Mark, I think Mark Ryan and I played a lot of fighting games together. I think he can attest to the fact that I'm a capable fighting player, even though I know the fundamentals of how to play a fighting game. I'm decent at Street Fighter, he's Yeah, well, I am. I mean, that's definitely the definition, I guess, because I jump around a lot or something. So I'm not going to prepare at all. I mean, I've been playing Street Fighter for 20 years, so I mean, I know the fundamentals of certain characters, so I'm just going to play as those guys and hope for the best or whatever.
Okay.
You want to pick your team right now?
No, I mean, because I'm not going to pick a static team. I'm gonna move it around a little bit, but it's probably going to be Street Fighter guys or guys that play like Street Fighter guys.
Okay. That's funny.
Speaking of Street Fighter, Jung and Yang from Street Fighter 3 have reportedly been spotted in an arcade version of Super Street Fighter 4. Capcom has mum on it for now.
Yeah, no, they haven't said anything more
They've
about
been
it.
spotted in the game. I don't know.
Apparently,
this is what happens when Colin does the thing.
There's a story. I don't know if a Noob wrote it or you didn't.
I didn't write it.
Or maybe it was Martin. In the UK, he was saying that I guess they were doing localization testing or whatever on arcade machines for Super Street Fighter 4, and that they saw, I don't know, some website reported that the characters were in what they saw of I guess the roster. So, but Capcom hasn't said anything about it. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's a nice little tidbit, little rumor.
Jim, I got two things you need to give us some information on.
Okay.
One, according to Colin, quote, everyone's favorite CEO, Bobby Kotick, discussed putting StarCraft cutscenes on a disc and selling them for $20 or $30.
Right. You talked about the idea of selling cutscenes. You use StarCraft as an example. I think Bobby Kotick is an amazing man. Just want to say that right now.
He has a ranking. I was looking at his stars profile.
very
He has
low.
like a rating of 1.3.
If you ever listen, go to their investor calls and listen to this guy talk. He knows what he's talking about. He seems like a very friendly guy.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, he's been there for like, 18 years?
He's been there 20 years. He knows how to make money. But yeah, so he was asked about just like what they're going to do with like, because they're kind of a big entertainment company now, and like what they're doing for movies, or if they're doing anything for movies. And what he talked about was taking all the like for StarCraft 2 was the in-game cinemas for that game, which looked really awesome, and like cutting them into one big movie, and then just selling that to fans digitally.
You think it's going to happen then?
Well, yeah, you said it's probably you're going to see it happen in like the next 5 years.
Interesting. Will they do that for Spider-Man Web of Shadows?
Probably not. In that same, I wrote a separate story actually. I don't know if it's on there, but he talked about how there's the importance on movie license games are pretty much a non-factor right now.
Good. Stop making them, please.
So,
Stop making terrible.
He says they're going to be doing less of them.
Good.
So.
Jeez, such terrible cash-ins.
So what do you think Bobby Kotick's problem is? Why do people dislike him if he's such a good CEO?
He's very outspoken.
Yeah.
He says
You know
things.
what I think his problem
he
is?
He talks to investors more than he talks to fans.
You know what I think his problem is? All the pictures out there of Bobby Kotick are him like the giantest smile in the world,
Right.
and it always accompanies bad news. Like Activision
Even if I write
destroys Infinity Wars.
If I
and it's
write
just-
a good story or a non bad story about him, people always still comment about how they hate him. I don't know.
What was
It's
that?
'cause
That was that one quote though. What was that one thing he said that it was? I can't think of it. There's like one really infamous quote.
He's been misquoted a lot.
we're
and
going to
taken
take the
out of
fun
context.
out of game development.
Yeah, it's something like that. That's what it was. It's like what?
I think he clarified saying that was just he was just in jest. I don't think he meant that, but I think he's great. Activision, please let me interview Bobby Kotick if you're listening. I want to do it.
In other Activision news, they say they're not big fans of in-game advertising, Jim.
Yeah, same from the same thing last night or yesterday. He basically just said he thinks with their customers paying $60 for a game already, or for paying for a subscription fee that they don't need to do in-game ads. So
And that's ironic because EA had just said that the ads were working.
The day before the ads were working.
Yeah, so that was probably a
He
time
said if they were going to do ads, it would be
for free games, right?
Well, it would either be for making a game free, or it would make sense for the game, or it would be incorporated well.
So not having the Metal Gear Solid Mountain Dew outfit or whatever, the T-shirt.
Yes. That was only in Japan, so you don't have to worry about that whatsoever. Let's get some quick stuff out of the way. Heavy Rain gets a move patch on September 22nd.
Yay.
Big surprise, you already own Move after this weekend, as will everyone in the world. I can only imagine everybody's rushing out to buy it. Team Ninja has announced Ninja Gaiden 3.
Wait, what's Move?
Oh, it's this little, it's a Wiimote, but you plug it into your
It's a dildo,
PS3.
let's be honest.
Ninja Gaiden 3 has been announced. No release date or information yet, of course. There's a rumor floating around the 2 Vanillaware games are coming up for an HD release. These are likely on PS3. We're talking Odin Sphere and Muramasa. That's how you say it. Muramasa. I need comments for that kind of word.
That's awesome. Muramasa looks so cool. I want to play
Odin
that game.
Sphere was great, dude. If they put that out with...
that game was a turd.
You are a turd. What didn't you like about Odin
The
Sphere?
game looked great.
The game was a turd.
It was a turd.
What didn't you like about it?
It was a turd. That's why I didn't like it.
Those still aren't answers.
No, I mean there was no depth to it. There was no it wasn't a good 2D game. You just ran around this map that was shaped like a circle, killing the same different colored enemy over and
it's
over
an
again.
RPG. That's what happens.
It's not a good game.
Whatever. They also need to bring over Grim Grimoire.
That was better than Odin Sphere.
Agreed. I think, yes, 100% there.
Yeah.
All right, good. We're on the same page. Yeah. Well, if they're coming to PS3, they have to.
PS2 game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a RTS.
I love that game. It was one of the final.
It's like a 2D. It's
awesome
a cool
games.
game. It's
Yeah.
a very unique game
Yeah.
on PS2.
Grasshopper Manufacturers teaming up with EA on a new multi-platform title, Shadow of the Damned.
Old.
Summer 2011 release date. More information on IGN, of course.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
Shadow of the
interesting. I love
Damned in capital
the
letters.
music. The music was awesome.
Music is. It's the guy from Silent Hill.
They did the music?
I'm pretty sure the guy that's doing the music for that game is the guy that did
Yeah.
music for Silent Hill.
That music
I forget
was
his name.
sweet.
But yeah, that game looks sweet. Looks like Resident Evil, kind of.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Rounding out the report, we have 2 stories. First, Sony has apparently concocted an external piece of hardware that, when attached to the PS3 or any other current generation console, as Jim Riley yelled at me, could play PS2 games. Or play old games. See, me and Jim got in a fight about the headline.
It's a
it
new
almost came to
generation
blows.
to old generation.
Which
adaptation.
clearly means PS2 to PS3.
Right.
Or
Well, they're trying to hide it, I would assume.
Okay.
This is just a patent. It's filed. It doesn't guarantee anything.
That's why I said that's not even the first patent they made.
They've patented other PS2 emulation stuff.
If I'm going out to buy a device, why wouldn't I just buy a PS2?
Well, this will theoretically upscale the game to work.
Will it
in
theoretically
1080p.
put trophies in there?
Probably not.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's useless.
I think the time has passed for backwards compatibility for PS2. I think.
Yes, nobody cares. It's
yeah,
over.
it's like
We're done.
I really think it's like a really niche issue at this point. There's so many games on PS3. I respect that people want to play PS2 games and PS1 games, which you can play on
Plus,
PS3.
they also want to resell the PS2 games in high def to you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like they're patenting these things, but like I think it's pretty clear that there's going to be PS2 games on the store at the very least. If not, or there's an impetus for the collections to come out.
Yeah, collections I think are the future. If you're worried that much about a huge PS2 title getting played again.
Yeah, and that's what I was actually surprised. Like I was really, I wasn't surprised, but I was really hoping that Square was going to talk about a Final Fantasy collection for PS2, which would have been, I think, pretty cool. But
I'm sure it's probably in the works, but I mean, they don't want to blow their load. TGS.
True.
Yeah, they got to save something for New York Comic Con. It's coming up in a couple weeks.
I was actually surprised that PSP2 wasn't talked about either. That's why I really wanted to watch the thing and like.
No,
read the
when that conference started and I saw how boring it was, I was like, they're not going to ask
anything. If Kaz is not starting
here.
at the conference, they're not doing the PSP2.
Yeah,
that's just how it is. So probably next E3 is.
You think it's next E3? Not GDC?
No.
Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. Spring.
I don't think you release a PSP2 at GDC.
I agree.
I can't imagine doing it outside of Japan, which is why I was really surprised that they didn't do it there. And I don't know. But you said you posted a story today, right, about someone saying that they have PSP2.
Well, look,
it's real.
It's a developer for the Mortal Kombat games, NetherRealm, said that the PSP2 was real and was very powerful. So, and if you went to the IGN meet and greet a month ago, 2 months ago.
No, it was a month ago. The one where we did the dance competition.
Yeah. I was talking about some PSP2 rumors too there. So
you had a few beers. You were knocking back, well, here's what I know off the record. You just let it all spill out to these kids. These 15-year-olds are just sitting there, eyes as big as saucers. Jim Riley's telling them the ways of the world.
It's coming. I don't know when it. So
it scares me when they say it's gonna be very powerful. That's what they tried. That's what they tried to sell the original PSP on, and that didn't work. Is this going to be another really expensive device that it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like
that's what the concern was. People I talked to said it's very powerful, but where are they going to price it at? So
yeah, exactly right.
What I'm most curious about is not the power of the system. Obviously, I'm most interested in the games, but I really want to see how it's going to be integrated in a PlayStation Network. And obviously, we want trophies and stuff like that. But I think it's a given that it's going to have trophies. But I really want the ability to be able to buy things. I mean, it's I was talking about Mark Ryan with it. Like they would really need to re-release games like Shatter and stuff like that to play them on this new PSP device. But it would be cool to have the option of for a team to release a game and say you can play it on PlayStation Network on PS3 or download this.
That's what I want.
Gimped version for PSP or whatever. So
sounds like the Dreamcast VMU.
Yeah, no, a little better than that. I hope. But
I want to be able to. I want to be able to bring over my save. Like, I have a Madden franchise or whatever. I can just go on the road, put it on the PS2,
right? Exactly.
PSP2 and play with it.
Or even the PS1 classics. Like it's so dumb that you if you play Final Fantasy VII, you can't carry your save over from your PSP to your PS3. It doesn't make any sense. Like why you can't do that. So you go on a vacation, you want to play for a week, and then you continue your story on your big screen. You can't do that. So they need to fix those kinds of problems. IMO.
The thing that concerns me most with the emphasis on the power or whatever is that the current system, I think its problems is that the games are not games I want to be playing on a portable system.
Yeah.
There's no games.
Well, I guess there is that concern as well. But I mean, like games like Metal Gear or Siphon Filter is like they're building console games on the PSP versus building really cool portable games like a Tetris or a Meteos or something like that I want to play on the go.
I go the other way.
Yeah,
I'm glad. That's why I like them. I like that it's a different kind of Metal Gear with short little missions I can jump in and out of, and that's why I don't play iPhone games because I don't want to play Angry Birds or Tetris or whatever. You know what I mean? I like a story wherever I am.
Yeah, sure. You can have a good game like Castlevania on the DS. I think those are really good, sort of fully fledged games that play well because I think the 2D works well. I think once you start getting like 3D games, I don't know. I just don't really want to play it on a controller with
So 3DS does nothing for you.
I don't know. I've only seen the effect of it basically.
Yeah.
I've not seen any games that I really want to play yet.
Well, Metal Gear 3 is coming.
I don't really want to play that on PSP or on DS. No.
Why not?
Because I've already played it on the PS2.
It's the best Metal Gear though.
No, 2 was better actually.
No, Metal Gear 3 is better than 2.
Final piece of news here. It's about PSP. Valkyria Chronicles 3 is confirmed. It's announced. It's coming to Japan in 2011. No stateside release yet, and it's coming to the PSP.
I know what the
not
hell,
the PS3.
Dude.
They've abandoned their gods.
They've abandoned their gods. Before we jump in, Dana Mann writes in with the question most people are probably thinking. now that VC3 is announced for the PSP, do you have mixed feelings of it being on a handheld as opposed to the PS3?
Hey, no one bought the PS3 version, so they're like, we'll put it on PS2 or PSP.
It'll be how well do you think it's going to sell? Valkyria Chronicles 2 just came out on the PSP. How do you think that's going to sell stateside?
Not very well.
Yeah. No. Just because it's PSP?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll sell even worse. I mean, so that
Well,
that
it'll probably
rationale
sell very well in
doesn't make any sense.
Japan, enough to warrant it to come out on PSP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure that was the.
It's already been out in Japan, yeah. So I mean,
I'm sure it sold well. Like, well, let's do it again. So.
Yeah.
It's disappointing.
It's a great game.
Not that I even played the first one because it doesn't have trophies.
Well,
but.
buy this one. You might get a fourth one on PS3.
Yeah, right. Mark, Ryan, do you have anything on this one? Is Valkyria Chronicles another game you wouldn't want to play on PSP?
What?
I love it on PSP. I like having it
He
with
doesn't
me
know
all
what
the
you're
time.
talking. You're talking moon language to him right now.
Moon language.
That is rad.
Is that one of them RPGs?
Yeah, strategy RPGs.
Yeah, I don't play those games.
Okay, well, you're missing out because it's awesome. Before we jump, Dana Mann actually has something to say for
okay.
a little piece of conversational podcast here.
Okay.
Last week, you remember we were talking about fans and whatnot, and then in the middle of it, I remembered some kid wanted to propose or something along those lines. It turned out it was Dana who doesn't want to propose, but he says, you guys use an example of someone wanting to propose. I think I'm the guy you were thinking about. See, the story is that Thursday night, after I get home from work, I download Beyond on my laptop and listen to it in bed while my now wife sleeps next to me. However, she always wakes up and listens to it with me. Even though she doesn't want to, it keeps her up.
So this guy's a jerk.
Last week we got married on September 10th, and I wanted you guys to send us congrats for the next day. Any ways you guys can with your infinite love and tenderness. Send a special congrats to me and the wife, Amanda, right now. I would appreciate it. Amanda and Dana, thank you for listening. Amanda, thank you for letting him keep you up. Dana, buy some headphones. I don't understand what that's so tough about.
Your life is over, buddy. Sorry.
Wow.
Jim
Riley, take it down a notch.
Ominous Jim Riley.
Because he got married, or
Yeah.
What?
You don't want to get married.
What?
It's over.
what?
Pack it in.
Jim Riley. Just last night, we're watching this press conference, and Jim IMs me. I'm sitting alone in my apartment watching this. My life is terrible, or my life sucks.
It was.
Jim, I'm gonna get you married next year.
I'm watching this video I can't understand alone in my room in my studio apartment, just, like getting no sleep, staring at my computer. It was pretty. Yeah.
So there you go,
that
kids.
sucks.
You can have a nice wife sleeping next to you who allows you to listen to Podcast Beyond in bed with no headphones, or you can be Jim Riley eating peanuts and mayonnaise while watching
Peanuts and mayonnaise.
Sony
That actually
conference.
sounds kind of good. Like that.
No, it does. That's gross.
Like if you could drop the peanuts into the Hellman's jar and then just kind of scoop them out with a spoon with a little bit of the mayonnaise.
Colin, stop talking grossness.
It'd be like chunky peanut butter, but
With
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise, yeah, chunky mayonnaise.
Wow.
Yeah, it would be cool if they actually had chunky mayonnaise and there was like pieces of egg. You know, like hard-boiled egg in it.
You have the worst ideas I've ever
You
heard.
just turned me off now.
Oh my God, Colin! If I want to know what games are out, where could I go?
You can go to the official list of upcoming PlayStation software on all three platforms by the IGN editors.
Clements is
Yeah,
gone.
we miss you, Clements. Now, this is a hell of a list of games right
Yeah,
here.
it's
Jesus.
getting to be review season.
And it's on all three platforms. Can you believe it?
Oh my God, there's a PS2 game in there?
There's 3 PS2 games.
No way.
It's like
You shut your mouth.
2004 all over again.
Too bad you can't play them on your PS3.
Wait, can I?
Oh, that's all right.
I'm guessing one of them is that the Legends or what is it? Legends of Guardians, the OWL game. There's an OWL game.
PS2?
Yeah.
The
No.
Gahulis
Damn
or
it.
something.
2 of them are games that are on other platforms. One of them is a PS2 only game.
I'm trying to think what multi-platform stuff came out. Some sports game. Was there a sports game on there?
Depends on what you call sports.
All right, just go.
I'll start with PS2 then. Cabela's North American Adventure. That's
There
what I was
you
talking about. It's
go.
kind of like a sport. Aragorn's Quest, the Lord of the Rings game. Came out on
right,
PS2.
right.
And Scooby-Doo in the Spooky Swamp.
Who's reviewing that?
No one, I'm sure. PS3, Lord of the Rings, Aragorn's Quest, Legend of Guardians, Owls of Gahul.
There you go.
Do we have that?
I had to do the screenshots for that game. We have 50 screenshots of that game on our site.
Rad, awesome.
50
we
screenshots
have that game?
of the Legends.
Oh, we
of-
might.
Yep.
Maybe I'll bring it out for trophies.
No, see, I took it from Hillary already. I said, don't tell Colin because I want to take it home for sure.
Well, you have Spider-Man. Stop hoarding
I
the
brought
games.
Spider-Man in for you. Go.
Jeez.
We're gonna talk some trophies.
We're like
here
a
in bit.
married couple. Cabela's North American Adventure, Racket Sports, which we gave a 4.5, Sports Champions, which we gave a 7.5, Truth or Lies.
Yes, this one is an impressive one. It's $40. It's a THQ budget title. They allotted none for review, so me and Colin are gonna have to go to GameStop and buy it.
Yeah.
It is 20 trophies that apparently I was reading on the boards you can get in 20 minutes. Because all it is there's a trophy for registering your name, for calibrating your microphone, and then it's a game where
What?
we talk into a mic and it tells if you're lying by your voice.
Huh.
So you
That actually
just
sounds really fun.
Oh, we'll see.
see.
In
We
a-
are
in
gonna
a-
see.
in a drunken way, I mean. But
do you want to go in on it with me and Colin?
how much is it? 40?
It's 40, so you divide that by 3. That's like $10 a person.
Wait, we're not going
no.
to expense it?
Well, are we going to turn it, or we're not going to review this piece of
Oh, we're
garbage?
not reviewing
Are
it?
we?
Oh, I'm not going to buy this game. I thought you were going to get it for a review.
Oh, well, maybe we'll review it then.
I would review this game. It sounds.
This would be Jim Riley's review debut.
No, I mean eyes and IGN.
Oh, okay.
I.
All right. Well, the
royal
readers
eye.
have spoken. Maybe we'll
should
do
do
it.
it.
We'll do
You
it.
should do it.
All right.
All right, more games. Hawks 2. Tom Clancy's Hawks 2. Start the Party, which we gave a 6.0. Kung Fu Rider, which we gave a 3.5. And iPet, which is apparently the best launch game for Move, which we gave an 8.
A flat 8. Yeah.
PSP games. UFC Undisputed 2010. Greg gave it a 7.5. Gladiator Begins. Cabela's North American Adventure. Lord of the Rings, Aragorn's Quest. Phantasy Star Portable 2.
Yeah.
We'll review that one, right?
Oh yeah, Clement's on it. Dave Clement, Dustin Off's review hat.
And Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, which Clemens gave an 8.5.
Interesting.
What say Zombie Blognack?
Over on the PlayStation Network, we have Space Invaders Infinity Gene, which Colin already just gave an 8 before we came down here. Worms 2 Armageddon. Damon's reviewing it, but it's been out on some... Did it come out on 360?
It's old. I don't know anything about those games, but someone in the comments on that piece was saying that it was old, so I think it might be on live.
Exactly. However, interesting thing that I'll just include here so I don't forget it for trophy tips. Comes with a Platinum Trophy. Downloadable game with a Platinum Trophy. One of the readers wrote in and said that not that hard to get. The other
how come that one game has a Platinum Trophy but other ones don't?
Some downloadable games do it. It depends on how big they are and how much money they are. Like Trine has one. That game was $20. It's $15 now.
Interestingly, Truth or Lies, a retail game, does not have a Platinum Trophy.
Which is really weird.
Yeah, very weird.
It has like a PSN roster.
Which makes me think that it was supposed to be a PSN game
Yeah.
and something just happened they put on disc.
Do you know what the rules are about that? Like,
And that's all cloak and dagger stuff behind the scenes. They
Well,
don't talk-
Microsoft has something with points too. Like downloadable games, you only have 250 points. Some bull.
That's close enough. You stopped it. Fine.
when Curve came here to show me Explodamon,
Explode them on!
which by the way, just to remind everyone, that game looks friggin' awesome, and I hope to have my hands on it in the next few weeks. I should get in touch with them actually. So they were telling me, I asked them about the trophies, and they were like, they're like, they allotted to us 300 points or something like that to do. So there's some sort of point value that they know about that is associated with the trophies, and then they'll allot them as that. So it's a similar thing to Microsoft
Just
does.
one trophy. That's what
so
I
you
would
could have like one Platinum Trophy and like nothing else?
Well, Frogger, no platinums, but because that's for retail only. But Frogger had 4 gold trophies.
That was a great one. That was a great one.
So that was actually that comes out to 240 points, I think, on how we did the Trophy Horror War. So that's about where they were.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, Space Invaders Worms 2. The big one, My Aquarium for $4.99. I downloaded this one. It's a WiiWare title that came over. We won't be reviewing it because there's no need to review it.
We won't be reviewing it.
Yeah, but you just put fish in a fish tank and you can change your clock and you get a whole bunch of trophies, which is what I did. So I'd go do that. Tumble, a move-only downloadable game. That's out as well for $10.
Yeah, just to remind people, do not download that game if you don't have a move because you won't be able to play it.
True. There's a bunch of discounts.
What are the minis? Get the minis on there.
I'm getting to them. We're going to the PSP side right now. As Colin mentioned, Phantasy Star, UFC, and Gladiator Begins are all available for download. I downloaded Gladiator Begins. That's an interesting one.
Yeah?
It's it strikes me as, hey, this is a mini. Wait, no, it's $40. That's weird.
That's
or $35. I apologize. Caterpillar for $4.99 and Panda Craze for $4.99.
What's Caterpillar
are the
about?
minis. Caterpillar is perhaps the weirdest game. Not weird. It's basically, it looks like a Tetris
Is it like
or
Nubby Boy?
Sneezies. No, it's not at all. And there's a caterpillar eating up like a Tetris like column of stuff. You know what I mean? Like climbing up, and he's leaving colored blocks behind him. And you have to click on the block. Pretty much. Okay. You have to click on the colored blocks in sets of 3 so that they disappear, and the caterpillar doesn't get past this line.
sounds awful.
It's not good, and we will not be reviewing it for that reason.
I'll review it.
Panda Craze also not good. Don't download Panda Craze.
What's that about?
Panda Craze is an awful 2D side scroller. You're some panda who can climb up and down ladders and then like explode.
That sounds
ground,
awesome.
explode ground and then recreate ground. But
That sounds awesome.
You're welcome to play it on my go when we get back upstairs. You do not want to play it. Trust me. It's got problems. It's got problems. Pick of the week.
What are the minis?
I just told you,
that was
Panda
one of
Craze
the
and
minis.
Caterpillar.
Sorry.
What do you got? What do you want to pick there, Colin? What do you got? There's a lot of games.
I mean,
It's getting tough now.
based on score, it's got to be like Kingdom Hearts, I guess. But
8-5.
yeah, but
PSP.
I mean, honestly, I would like to put a recommendation out for Sports Champions because I enjoyed it.
You are the champion of Sports Champion.
No, not quite.
I'm going with Panda
You
Craze.
do champion it.
You'll play that and you'll see how wrong you are.
Yeah.
I do
Or
Champions.
Caterpillar.
I'll put it up on my. You know what? I'll re-download Panda Craze to my PS3. That way you can just play it there
Okay.
too on a big screen.
And I want to play Caterpillar too.
Okay, I'll get that too.
And Space Invaders.
I think
is really
Caterpillar
Space
sounds
Invaders, I
awesome.
liked a lot. I liked a lot. I think I might have liked it more than Colin did. It's a solid game. I think we can both agree to that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, there was Greg and I were talking about my review or whatever. It's one of those games where blown away by the game, but I can't really think of anything that was like that would turn someone off that would enjoy an arcade game like that. So
Which game are we talking about?
Yeah, what game were?
Infinity Gene, the new Space Invaders.
Space Invaders Infinity Gene.
So I think we gave it an 8, and I totally recommend that game to like I said, I love the price point, $9.99. They probably could have gotten away with charging more for that game, and they didn't. And that's what I respect the most is $10. I think you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
Is it better than real Space Invaders?
Actually, I was talking to Damon about that. I'm old school or whatever. Maybe my gaming style's a little archaic, whatever. But I would rather play old Space Invaders. Like the predictable Space Invaders game where you're just shooting.
Interesting.
I like this one. I thought it kept me on my toes. There's a lot of cool stuff. It evolved, like you're saying, it's RPG-esque. I mean, you're evolving your character. Like there was one level I was at playing originally, and I hadn't unlocked the ability to move anywhere.
Right.
I was like, this is impossible because I'm just sliding left and right. And then as soon as I died, there it was like, evolution unlocked or whatever it says, evolved, and I got the ability to move all around the screen.
It's cool.
I love shoot 'em ups like that.
The more you play it, the more you invest in it, the more you'll get out of it.
Shmup.
There's some games that, like Space Invaders, I was never really a big fan of the arcade one, but the Space Invaders Extreme that came out on PSP and DS,
Yeah.
I love that.
That was a great game. Yeah, that was really, really good.
Pac-Man, also not really a big fan of Pac-Man.
But Championship Edition
is
which
awesome.
is
Yes.
Coming to PS3.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah, eventually, one day. Well, isn't it? It's Championship Edition DX or whatever. I don't know what that means. And then they have a Championship Edition,
The sex
which has
sequel.
been kind of neutered, which is the PSP Mini or whatever.
Oh, okay.
They're all over the place. Who knows what's? I don't trust them until I play 'em.
The new one's coming to PS3 though, right?
Correct. The DX or whatever.
Yeah,
that
that's
is.
what I mean. Yeah, so that's awesome. Because I live with Scott Bromley. Everyone knows that, and he plays Xbox Live and games all the time. He's been playing Plants vs Zombies, which I only saw some videos of it. That game looks friggin' awesome. I really
Plants
hope
vs. Zombies is rad.
I
Yeah.
really hope that game comes to PlayStation Network. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Well, PopCap takes about 20 years
we-
to get anything.
Yeah, we got Peggle
You
eventually.
play it on a computer at work?
Yeah. I play it on your iPhone. That's what I do.
I have a pre.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He was playing. He plays quite a bit of that Pac-Man game, and it's just so cool.
Oh no, I play it too. It's awesome.
It's like just such a cool game. I can't wait to get my hands on.
I was never good at it, but I always liked it. Yeah. Trophy tips. We've given out a bunch. Colin, do you have any specific ones, or do we roll into topic of the week, which is trophy based?
Let me think here. Trophies.
Again, buy Truth or Lies for 20 trophies, and download my aquarium for $5 if you want some.
Yeah,
easy
those
stuff.
are easy trophies. The Space Invaders trophies
Hard.
are really hard.
You're gonna have to work for that.
But that's cool. I respect that. No game is harder than Super Stacker. I would really be hard. I
That's a
find,
move game? Or that's Tumblr, right?
Yeah, Tumblr. Super Stacker is Super Stacker is cool. I gave it like a 7.5. But the trophies, I would really venture to say that virtually nobody has any of the trophies in that game because you have to like complete the puzzles, like 30 puzzles in a row without making any mistakes. And some of the puzzles are just totally impossible to do on one try. So
Demon's Souls has really easy trophies.
easy?
Yeah, I was alive.
Oh, okay.
It's a joke.
I played the game for 4 hours. I think I got one trophy.
I have one trophy as well.
All right, so topic of the week. Trophies are hard to get. And everybody knows Greg Miller, Colin Moriarty, Trophy Horror Wars. We are Trophy Horrors. We will do whatever it takes for trophies. But it seems a line has been drawn in the sand, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And now, Mark, Jim, I know, Jim, you're a big completist. You like to get the 1,000 points.
If it's reasonable.
So we're going to need you to weigh in to say who's right, who's wrong here.
Okay.
I had a segment we recorded when I told Colin this, but I didn't bother bringing it down, so it doesn't matter. Here's the gist, ladies and gentlemen. Trophies are hard to get. I love getting them. Nothing more I love than a free trophy. Oh my God, just cheating a game out of them. Like I like to search on Google, see if I can glitch something. I did the Buzz one. There's a video on IGN how you can platinum Buzz without doing any work. For the Trophy Horror War, I beat Jack in the rankings by cheating Pure and cheating
Fuel?
No, it was Pure and something else.
Oh.
Crap. Anyways, I cheated a bunch of games. Oh, Modern Warfare 2.
You can get the online one.
You can grab the saves, you trick the system, you do all this. The other day,
Sounds fun.
I know it's great, right? I just want to level up as fast as I can. The other day, I get awesomeness. The other day, I get Dead Rising 2 in. I'm playing Dead Rising 2. It's hard. I was a big fan of the original. Played through that a lot. Tried to get as many achievements as I could. Did the zombie genocider, where basically I came home from work every night for 3 days straight and drove around the basement killing all those zombies till I got 72,000 or whatever it was. Trophies are similar in Dead Rising 2. A lot of stuff, a lot of work you have to do. So I'm playing the game, and I noticed the debug menu is still there. This is something that rarely happens, but occasionally happens. And I got into the debug menu and quickly discovered that I'm going to be able to award myself as many kills as I want. I can level myself up without doing anything. I can tell the game that I can jump to bosses or like the psychopaths and just tell them to beat it and the boss will die. So this would be usually a platinum I'd have no hope at getting. There's way too much work to go into this. Now, however, I have a golden road that I can just use whenever I need to. This made me very excited. I ran to Colin's desk and told him, and this crushed Colin. Colin sat there dumbfounded. He was a mix between laughing in my face and angry, wanting to punch me. He was very upset that I was cheating the system, and then he just kind of exploded. And then all weekend long, we exchanged text messages where I told him I was busting because I was so happy. I couldn't wipe the grin off my face as I walked home. Colin,
Yeah.
what say you?
I think you're a cheater, and I love you. I love you to death.
I know.
But you're cheating.
I don't see how I'm cheating. I've told everyone I'm a trophy whore.
Yeah, I'm a trophy whore too. But
No, you're not. Because a whore would do whatever it takes to get that trophy. And you clearly have morals and rules and regulations.
Well, I just feel like, I feel like you have to earn. I feel like it's corny to have trophies that you didn't earn. Now, I will say that when we did the buzz thing, you had already done it, so you did it on my profile. Those are the I didn't earn those trophies.
Yeah.
And I admit that freely or whatever. I have like 64% of the buzz trophies. And Roper played Metallica.
This was one of my favorite stories.
Yeah, but Guitar Hero Metallica.
He got you like 2 trophies.
He got me like 2 trophies. I freaked out.
He freaked out.
So
What?
He tried to delete them. He was so angry.
yeah, I couldn't delete them. They had already synced up and stuff like that. I was pissed because I really want
You
trophies.
guys
that
have a serious problem.
well, because I
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Me? I'm
Both
not like
of
him.
you.
I'm not all hung up about it.
Yeah, both of you.
Well, I just feel like when because Greg and I have talked. Like I like looking at the trophy list and seeing the games you played and what you've done in them and stuff like that. But I like to know that I've done everything in those games. And
And you hate having games
Incomplete.
show up that like 2%.
yeah, I wish you could delete those. I think eventually we'll be able to delete at least a 0%.
You won't be
which
able
would nice. Because that's really obnoxious. But
They got
so
bigger problems than deleting 0% trophies.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I don't know. I was just really. I'm not bothered by it, but I thought we had somewhat of a gentleman's contract that we were.
We do. I don't understand. This is like you act like this is so out of the ordinary for me. Like I just named 3 games I cheated out
Yeah,
of a
but
million trophies.
I didn't really know that. I guess, and I'm
thought
trying.
better of
I'm
you.
trying to get. I'm just trying to honestly.
You're trying to catch me. You're trying to catch me and surpass me.
Yeah, but I'm gonna continue to do it in the honest way because I could plug Pure in and download a save and get a
Yeah, you
platinum.
could.
And I could game the system in Modern Warfare 2.
There's a SOCOM platinum trick too that I can never get to work. But
like Modern Warfare 2, I have all the trophies except for some of the some of the multiplayer ones, so I could easily
Yeah,
just
that would
download
be
a
it.
save and do
You
it. But
could
I
do
don't
it.
want to do that. Like I don't know.
I
guess
just
it's
love
kinda,
watching
I
my
guess
percent climb, Jim Riley.
I encourage you to do it
Thank you.
because I really could barely care less about trophies.
Yeah.
But the amount that I do care about them, I don't like them, and anything that devalues them and makes them even more retarded
Gotcha.
makes me happy.
Here's what I'm doing. Here's the gentleman's agreement I'll have with Colin.
How do
right?
you guys have girlfriends? That's what I want to know.
That's a good
Mine's
question.
at TGS, so I don't have to worry about it. Here's what I'm doing, Colin. This will be the final word on this thing.
Okay.
Is that I'm reviewing Dead Rising, so I want to play and get the experience, whatever. So I'm playing through as normal, not cheating, not doing anything weird, not awarding myself trophies. I'm gonna complete the game. I had already talked to you about it. My plan was like the playthrough I'm doing now. I'm just playing, and all I'm doing is leveling. I'm not really chasing the story. I don't think I can. I'm not. I was always had a hard time fighting Dead Rising bosses. I've tried a couple times. They've been kicking my ass. So I want to get more powerful, more health, more items, stuff like that. So I'm gonna go through this playtime. I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna play it. There's so many endings and stuff. What happens is when I'm done with Dead Rising, when I'm finally ready to hang it up, that's when I'm going to jump into the debug menu and say, what don't I have? Okay, here's this, here's that, here's that. Because there's still ones in there, like I can't cheat. Like there's, kill 1,000 zombies on a motorcycle and kill 1,000 on this and kill 1,000. Like there's specific things I can't tell the game I did it that way.
Right.
But the giant overarching ones, I don't have to sit there for 4 nights now, trying to kill 73,000 zombies.
Okay. Well, that's I guess your prerogative.
It is. So I'm going to earn. What I'm saying is I'm going to earn a lot. Still, I'm still going to earn those, but
You
I will cheat.
can't justify it, Greg.
I'm just justifying it for you. I don't care. I've already told everyone I cheat, and I will continue to cheat to get more trophies.
Greg Miller's a cheater.
I'm
He's
a
fake.
trophy whore.
He's a fake.
I'm a whore.
Listeners, write into beyond@ign.com.
Yeah, what do you think, listeners?
Tell us what you think.
Everyone
about
on my
it.
Twitter,
Protests.
everyone on my Twitter agreed that I should do it. So remember to follow me on Twitter at GameOverCricky.
You guys are awful. What's going on next?
Next is mail call, Gene. You want some questions?
Yeah.
Jesus
Why
Christ.
are we awful? That's my question. That's Greg Miller reader writing into you.
Talking about trophies.
That's what people want to hear. This is what the PlayStation podcast is all about.
There's a lot. Although
Podcast Beyond.
I was reading. I every once in a while I go on iTunes and I read our reviews on there.
I do that too, by the way.
And someone gave us a 3-star review and said
Out
that
of
5 and said that because we have basically a perfect 5 rating overall.
Nice.
And they
That
were
way
saying-
won't be now that you've announced that. People are going to go ruin it for
go ruin it.
purpose.
So he was saying that Clements is the only guy he trusts because we're too obsessed with trophies and that's all we talk about. That's all we care about.
A lot of people connected that. You'd be surprised how many emails we get about it. Here's an email, though, for Jim Riley to turn his day around, all right?
Yeah.
This comes from Mike in the UK. Mike wrote in and he said, first and foremost, a hearty beyond from the UK.
Where's the accent?
I'm Pop. Beyond from the. I'm terrible at accents. Beyond from the UK. Mike says that him and his friends used to sit around the office while they'd be working, and they'd listen to Podcast Beyond and giggle like schoolgirls, and everybody would look at him. But here's where the email gets interesting, and it's a long one, Jim, so strap in.
Strapping in.
Now, here's the thing. We all worked for the same game developer at the time of making Rogue Warrior. Jim Riley. Rogue Warrior, your favorite game. One of my favorites. We played this all Christmas break together.
I'll be playing it at the charity event as well.
Yes. tinyurl.com/extraIGN.
Try to get all the achievements in that
People
game.
can help you, right? They can
Yep,
register.
I need the multiplayer achievements. I wrote about it on my blog.
Okay. We knew we were making a game within a very, very tight deadline, but we did what we could with it in the time allowed, bowing to publisher requests and demands. What we ended up with was, well, the reviews tell the story. But we all can't work on a AAA product all the time. Sometimes we just have to work with what we're giving. It's just the way the industry is, sadly, but it was a fun project to work on. Now, since the game's released, you good folks at Beyond have been the torch in the darkness. For us, it's rare we find a show where you don't mention Rogue Warrior in one way or another, good or bad. And when you do, there's a little ripple of hee hee hee, yay, they said it again, going around the office. This has even made a few of us join in for future podcasts, just so your listenership grows. I'd just like to say a massive thank you for being such a great bunch of guys and sometimes girls, and for entertaining us, and for making our Friday mornings what they are today, and for liking Rogue Warrior for the sometimes fun little turd of a game we all worked on.
I will say this,
Thank you, Mike.
A problem with a lot of people have nowadays is they don't appreciate like the fun, silly games. Like you can a B horror movie, like every game. Like it didn't get the score that I want. I'm not even gonna try it. I think people just said there's too many good games out there. Not enough time to actually play them all.
Yeah.
So they don't. Rogue Warrior. Yeah, it's not an amazing game, but it's
funny.
still fun.
It's a funny B movie.
I had a fun time playing it. Like. I just don't get why people don't, like Jurassic the Hunted is another game.
Yes, Jurassic the Hunted is another bad game.
It's a bad game, but still, you should check it out.
What the Foxtrot?
Yeah.
I think Rogue Warrior is better than Jurassic, personally.
Probably. Well, it's because the dialogue is so great. Mickey Rourke just delivers the performance of a lifetime.
And the end credits are amazing.
Yes.
I have it on my iPhone.
Yes.
I don't know. I think people are just are hesitant to try out.
I understand your games are expensive. You have things to do. There's a million things to play.
I think people are missing out. So.
I don't know. Like the only thing that really bothered me about the game, really, really badly, was that the difficulty trophies didn't stack, Jim.
I played the game 3 times. I got them all. So call yourself a trophy whore.
The thing is that once you get through hard, the other ones are so not hard. You can it's 2 hours right on normal, and then easy is going to be less.
There's only 8 levels. There's no boss fights.
Yeah, it's super. Yeah, once you know what you're doing, you're fine. But hard is really hard, except the fact that we were always drunk when we played. But
I love the beginning stage though, when you're running and the first 15 guys you kill all have their backs.
Yeah. You just stab them and throw them over things.
No, it's an incredible game. I think we need to do a better job, gamers. I mean, of playing games that aren't 9 out of 10s or something.
Yeah. Steve Delicious Treats writes in with a question, not knowing that Mike would have wrote in about Rogue Warrior. He says, Beyond. What's the worst game you've ever convinced yourself was good, despite universal knowledge that said game was Rogue Warrior?
Rogue Warrior.
I bought Oni on the day it came out on the PS2 and tried to justify the purchase by telling friends that the controls added an extra layer of challenge. In truth, it was easier to control my hands during the first 7 minutes. First 7 minutes in heaven. Anybody got something? I bought Superman 64.
Yeah.
And I stayed home from a barbecue to play it, and I was all into it, and it was a long time before I was like, this game is garbage.
Yeah, that game's rough.
I really...
And I bought it again for
honestly, truly like Twisted Metal 3, but nobody else in the world does, except for me and my 2 friends that would play it.
Yeah. Now, did you play it thinking it was bad, or did you play it like... Me and my friends used to play Superman multiplayer.
We loved it.
Yeah.
It had 4-player split screen, which, the first 2 Twisted Metal games didn't do. And... people always cried because you could flip your cars over, but I thought that was awesome. You'd flip people over on purpose and then just shoot the crap out of them. But people hate that game. Anytime I mention it, people are...
Yeah.
I say Killer 7 for me.
Killer 7.
Oh, yeah.
The game is awesome. You got to go to hell if you don't like it.
I'm going to hell.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of obscure NES games, I guess, come to mind, but my taste is pretty impeccable, so
I do remember buying State of Emergency for PS2.
Oh my god!
I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, I traded in GTA 3 for that game.
Yeah, because there was a big ad in GTA 3 for that game, right?
And it was like, oh, it's got the Rockstar label. This is a Rockstar game.
Yep, that was the thing that got everybody.
Game. I played it
sucks.
I played it and I was like, okay, this isn't bad, and then it just slowly declined from there, and then
That
I
game
had to
sucks.
regrettably trade it in.
Worse and worse.
Yeah.
That was definitely one of the biggest wastes of money ever, especially when I didn't have any and I like went out and bought that game. I'm like, this game's got to be great.
That was a bad game.
Colin,
Yes.
you got to set Jonathan Cade right here.
Okay.
On your last podcast, you said you were going to the San Diego Kansas City football game. I noticed it was pouring rain, but I was wondering if you guys still went to the game
Okay. We don't live in San Diego
or Kansas
or
City.
Kansas City. Yeah, that game was in Kansas. No, we're going to the Monday night game, which is the Saints at the 49ers.
Uh-huh.
We're going this Monday
with Beyond listener
with
Mike Mitchell.
Right.
He's setting up. We're tailgating.
Yep, we're gonna have a good time.
Mark Ryan, by the way, he's got to leave work early on Monday to go tailgate with a fan.
That's fine.
Okay, cool. Just make sure.
Wait, bring me back. Are you gonna like barbecue?
Yes.
Yeah, you want me to bring you a hot dog or something?
Yeah.
That's gonna be hard to get all the way. Tuesday morning.
I'll
Here's this
send
hot dog.
I'll send
I
a
hope.
carrier pigeon.
I want some hot dog.
From, it'll actually, it will be going down to our old stomping grounds right by the old office.
Yeah. Maybe I'll swing over by the B Cafe.
Yeah, we'll swing by the B Cafe and have a muffin. Yeah, so
Say hi to Julie for me.
that'll be a lot of fun, man. I wrote on my Facebook, I'm really into football. People don't realize that because like I don't really portray it like most of the year when it's not football season.
Well, you
or
look
whatever.
like an athlete.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm built like a lineman and I played football my whole life. No, but really, I'm really into football, and the quality of my life goes up exponentially during football season. Like, it's insane. It's insane. Like, I love it. I read it. I breathe the New York Jets. I read about the New York Jets. Like, Sunday.
Me too.
Yeah, Mark Ryan's trying to annoy me by being a Jets fan because I'm afraid of a bandwagon this year.
I'm a longtime Jets fan.
Ever since that movie with Marky Mark.
Well, ever since at least a month ago.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just love football. I'm so excited we're going to the game. I'll watch any football game.
When does hockey start? That's what I want to know.
I'm going to be getting the package. I'm going to be getting the center ice package, Jim, and I'm going to be watching the Islanders too. So the Islanders as they quest for the Stanley Cup this year.
Yeah, football's pretty boring. So
Football's awesome.
Dude,
I can't
football-
wait for Monday.
Here's the thing about
so
football.
slow. It takes forever.
Here's the thing about football. Here's the thing that
so many rules.
There's a lot of rules. There's a lot of rules in hockey too. Football is a thinking man's game. It has by far the smartest athletes because most of them are college educated, and they.
Now you're just being crazy.
No, what?
A lot of them went to college, sure.
Yeah, but I mean
They didn't go to class. They didn't graduate, most of them.
Yeah, a lot of them did
A
graduate.
lot did, sure. Not the majority who declared themselves eligible after the
let's
sophomore
not just
season.
throw things out. We don't have numbers to back that up here.
True.
I mean, I'm saying like a lot of these guys are educated. I knew a lot of football players at school, in college. They were smart. They did go to class and stuff like that. They got
Yeah,
their
I knew
own
Brad
scholarships.
Smith for your Jets.
Yes.
Brad Smith went to class with me every day.
How
Not every-
smart
no.
do the players have to be, though? They're not the ones making the calls.
I'm saying like when you watch the preparation that goes into a game, it's insane amounts of preparation. They're sitting in classrooms. They are going over schemes and plays. They have to know everything.
That's all they do is football.
I know, but I really respect it. It's like I love hockey. Hockey will always be my favorite sport because it's a bit of a strategy game, but you have to think on your feet. And you have to be quick and the action doesn't stop except for icing whistles and stuff like that. So I respect football because it's like such a smart game. It's just a really smart game, and I'll watch any NFL game. Anyone. I mean, we have to watch the friggin' Raiders and the 49ers here every week if you don't have like the DirecTV package, and I don't mind doing that because I just love the game. So I'm really, really stoked to go. I've never been to a Monday night game before.
Really?
So,
All right.
no.
Well, you're in for a treat then.
Not interested.
We've turned off like 95% of our listenership. We should get out of here.
Football.
Froggy writes in and says, next Tuesday, my 3 months for PS Plus will be up. Should I scrounge the money together to renew it, or should I save up for something more useful like a new iPod Touch?
Abort.
A new iPod Touch.
Wait, how much does a 3-month thing cost?
$17.99.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do not give them your money.
First of all, I don't know why you didn't just spend $50 and get 15 months. But I guess I don't know your financial situation. I would say yes. Obviously, renew it.
No.
Zen Pinball is going to be free. I think we know that now. I wasn't lying, and it would eventually be free. I knew it. And
This has to be the worst thing ever.
it's not the worst. I'm already in the black, dude. I've already made my money
It
back.
depends how much stuff you already have. If I was in your shoes right now, I would not renew. I'm still trying to break even, but I download a lot, obviously, through the job. So a lot of the stuff that went free or discounted I already had. So
and
that's the difference.
Yeah, and I do too. And like I still, I think got my money's worth already.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think I said on Beyond last week, when they start really doing really good stuff on PlayStation Plus, you're gonna want to have it.
Oh yeah, it's not worth it now. But
because obviously, like I think it's pretty. They haven't said a thing about it, but I am almost positive that, like I said, Killzone 3 beta is definitely going to be a PlayStation Plus.
You think so? What about? I mean, you figure Little Big Planet 2 beta stuff's happening right now. Nobody got into
It
that.
depends how many subscribers they have. If it's high, then they'll do it. If it's not, then they're not. So, I mean, they haven't released numbers of how many subscribers they have. And
True.
That's a pretty good reason why they haven't.
Any features to PlayStation Plus since the initial rollout?
No.
Just more updates, I think.
Yeah.
That's it. They're going to update every 2 weeks instead of every month. I guess with that, and it used to just be every month, right?
Well, I thought for a while it was going to be every week, and then they went to 2 months.
Is that what it was?
That's
No,
what
so that's
happened.
actually worse than it was.
Yeah.
But I think
sounds better to me.
it's cool. Like it's totally optional. PlayStation Network is always going to be free. I don't think they're ever going to start charging for it. And I think eventually they'll figure out what people want and stuff like that. And also, I think it's doing fairly well. I mean, my friends list is not obviously made up of casual gamers, but half of them have PlayStation Plus.
Okay.
I wonder what percentage of those people had the 3-month subscription that's going to be
Well,
running
no,
out
soon,
then.
I guess.
Yeah.
All the plus signs start falling off.
Mm-hmm.
I like having a plus sign.
Me too.
Worth
Yeah,
the
it's worth that
$50.
$50. Yeah, exactly.
Just a thing. All right, we have 3 questions left.
Okay.
Number one's a quick one for me. It's from Matty Chewy. Guys, I'm flipping out here. What's the deal with the DCU beta? Has it started? Did anyone in IGN get in? If so, can you give an initial impression? Matt Chewy, the DC Universe online beta has not begun yet, so you are not missing anything yet. Hopefully, look for news on that soon. The Silent Fist writes in with a question for all of us. He says, Beyond.
Yeah.
Where the hell have all the Raptors gone? There are so many games and movies starring zombies nowadays, and I'm sorry, but zombies just ain't scary anymore. They're more of a joke, i.e. Dead Rising, funniest game ever. Raptors, however, are the scariest damn thing that has ever walked this earth.
Tell you what, man. When I saw Jurassic Park,
Have you seen
for the first
Jurassic
time,
Park?
When I saw Jurassic Park for the first time, I couldn't do it.
That's a good letter. I'm not even going to
That's
answer
a great
it.
question.
Let's
That's
just
a
let
great
it
one.
stand.
Well, there's Raptors in Jurassic the Hunted, right?
Yeah,
You assume?
you can get there.
So if I
What
just
else?
stood outside of a door, Jim, that you were behind and just started like shaking the handle up and down, would you like?
I don't
freaked out?
think so. If maybe 15 years ago. Or,
Yeah.
No,
okay.
you're okay though.
Yeah.
Okay. Final letter of the week comes from Seth Whedon. Seth Whedon sent in a photo of himself wearing the Podcast Beyond shirt. And as I said on 150, if you send in a photo of yourself wearing the Podcast Beyond t-shirt, it will be printed off and added to the Podcast Beyond wall.
Why is he on a train track?
Because he lives up in Canada, and that's where he wanted to take it. And that's a pretty epic photo. I'll try to include it if I remember. It's Seth pumping his fist at the railroad tracks.
No one's going
Pretty
to beat
awesome.
that.
He says, Beyond, hey guys, just thought I'd send you this picture of my Beyond shirt I got late last week. Ordered it the day after 150. This picture was taken in Alaska where I live. Anime face of happiness. He also has a question, but before he does that, remember, if you want to get the shirt, you got to go to tinyurl.com/IGNBeyond. It'll take you to Cafe Press. All the money goes to them. IGN gets nothing. Greg and Colin and Clements get nothing too. So you're just buying the shirt straight up. Go do it.
You should have them try to get like the photos of them wearing the shirt like in newspapers and on TV and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad idea. I try to time mine when I know I'm going to be photographed a lot or if I'm going to be recorded. Like I'm wearing it tomorrow to Alex, the intern's going away party.
People make some news happen
Yeah.
and you get on TV.
Yeah, if you can get arrested in the Beyond shirt,
Yeah.
that's oh man. If you can get a mugshot of you in the Beyond shirt.
Yeah, next time we go to
huge.
E3 when there's a
careful what you
riot,
encourage.
Yes,
see if
there
when
you
we're
go.
eating at a restaurant, if you can be the guy that got smashed against the window to be arrested. Remember that? That was
Yeah,
the one.
yeah. So if you
I was
if,
sleeping when
if
that
you get
happened.
photographed by an IGN editor who's inside of a nice restaurant while you're being smashed against a window
Wearing
during
an
an LA riots after a Lakers game, what do you get?
You photo on the wall. Same thing if you just bought the shirt, took a photo, and sent it to us. Seth's question, though. If a crate of knowledge about how to make video games was suddenly dropped on your head, giving you the skills to program and design your own video game, what kind of game would each of you make? Seth, I obviously read the question before, and my answer would be Superman. I want to make a good Superman game. And that's what I would do if I knew how to make games. But I don't, so I don't, and I just poop on other people who make games.
I've actually got an idea for a really cool puzzle game in my head, but I'm not
You're not going to give it away?
Is it the one you've been brewing for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good idea. I would make a Western RPG.
I'd make I'd probably make like a Resident Evil 4 clone.
with hockey elements.
No.
With zombies changing on the fly.
It would just be like lots
Would
of,
you replace that
lots
with
of
zombies
weird
with
like
raptors?
lots of weird like demonic images and creatures and just crazy crap you'd never
With raptors?
Yeah, why don't you
demon
just make a
raptors.
Raptors
I don't
game?
know.
Wow, that sounds like a good game.
Speaking of Resident Evil,
Sounds like every other game.
Resident Evil 6 at
No,
oh, that's interesting.
Oh, wait, then they'll reboot it. Cast
it needs a reboot. Well, it needs a reboot. But it needs to go back to the beginning anyway.
Yeah, they need to
Just
protect
get away from tank controls.
You
No tank.
You said you would make a Western RPG. I think you should be more specific. You would make an alternate history post-apocalyptic Western
No,
RPG.
I would love to make an alternate history. It doesn't necessarily have to be post-apocalyptic. It could be
Come
one
on,
or the
it's
other.
gonna be post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, I mean that would be
Come on.
ideal, I guess. But yeah, I mean those kind of exist. It's called Fallout. But I can make something better than Fallout if I had that creative knowledge. Yeah.
All right. That's the end of Reader Mail. Remember, you can reach us at beyond@ign.com anytime you have a question. Hit us up. We go through them, put them on the show. Send your photos there, too. Also send songs you want to hear at the end of the show. Remember, PSN Hit of the Week is now dead. Clements is only going to do it when he feels like you guys aren't abusing the system. So
we got a lot of
you
emails about that, but I totally support him in that endeavor.
All right. What was the abuse?
People
that was
were
going on?
wanting to be PSN Hit of the Week, but then they never signed on and stuff. Like, it'd be like, it'd be like you trying to be PSN. You sign on a lot, though. More like Levi. Levi Buchanan's never on. But
Geddes is never on. I think he's been 90 days inactive on PSN.
It's true. I haven't deleted him yet because he just moved. Now he's in TGS. He's very apologetic. He wants to get back on. It's just things are in his way. Remember, Colin and I delete people and add them after a week of inactivity.
Yep.
So you can whenever you want to.
Have I been deleted? I haven't been playing PS3 in a while.
I can't delete some people. You're one of the people I can't delete.
Yeah, I don't delete people that like that.
I'm just not playing
play a lot
PS3
with.
games right now. I'm playing Xbox games. Like, leave me alone.
Pear, I won't delete. He signed on recently though. He was inactive for a while. I won't delete Mark Ryan. And that's basically it. Everyone else is active. You're active, and Clemens is not active. So
Find me at Game Over Greggy and Colin at
Moriarty-IGN.
Remember to rate us on iTunes. Give us good ratings. Don't give us bad ratings.
Yeah, don't give us bad ratings. And sorry that we talk about trophies too much, but we really don't talk about them that much.
Hey, this is the PlayStation podcast. I'm allowed to say whatever.
Deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. Burn. You can follow me on Twitter at Game Over Greggy. Jim Riley at Jim Riley. Do you tweet, Mark?
I don't really tweet now.
Right,
I'm on the Facebook.
You can find him on Facebook though. Yeah. Colin's on Facebook a lot too.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook.
He's on Twitter too.
He's still not tweeting though.
No, I don't.
He almost got 1,000 followers. And no taxation.
Recently on Facebook, I did post pictures of my motorcycle helmet beard.
You got to patent that thing.
Which, it's going to be patented. It's going to be manufactured. You're going to want one if you ride a motorcycle.
I honestly gotta hope you are patenting, because you just talked about it and you put pictures of it online, and someone else is going to do it if you're not. So
we'll see what happens.
And that person's
just
gonna
say
be
you already did it. You just did it. You whipped out your phone.
Pending.
There
Patent
you
pending,
go.
yeah.
Now we're talking.
Be on the lookout for my podcast coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
The Jim
I'm
Riley.
very excited for
The
the
Riley
Riley
Factor?
Factor to start.
Next weekend.
Whatever. I want to see it. Oh, we got a date Saturday. You and
We
me.
do?
Yeah, I'm finally cashing in. Remember on 150, I talked about the fact that, or me and Jim talked about the fact that I lost a bet. I did not get Gabe Newell on the 150 show.
Yep.
So Jim and I are dressing up and going on a date to Morton Steakhouse.
Yep.
6 o'clock Saturday.
You have reservations?
Yep.
Yes, we made them. Yeah.
Where's there Morton?
Oh, right off Union Square.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
We got,
You're welcome.
we got a booth, right?
We have a nice booth.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna take photos. You can look for them on our blog. My IGN. Yes, we never say
And
my
Twitter.
IGN.
We'll
Follow us on my IGN too.
Yeah, and we'll put the photos on Twitter, right?
No, I'll put a link to my blog on Twitter. That's what I do usually.
Oh, okay.
Brand new special segment before we go called Free. More people send in free stuff, so now you get more free stuff. Loco Roco 2, the code is DE3N2GBKRABA. Hey, how about some Uncharted 2 Siege DLC? CCFA L7BN JTGM. Both those came from Michael. Thank you, Michael. Psychos69 writes in with a God of War demo code RP5D9PBLPJN8. And anybody looking for a terrible John Cusack movie, Spencer from the IGN meet and greet up in PAX says F2JQ J5BM D37F.
That's 2012.
Yeah, it's 2012. The movie. I have a little voucher right there. Look at. I don't even look. It's like a monk looking at his thing getting destroyed by.
Yeah, his temple's being destroyed or
That's
whatever.
not good.
That's messed up.
That's the end of the show, everybody. Jim, you got anything to say?
Nope.
Mark.
I just want to let everyone know that I fixed the bell.
Yay!
Oh, good.
Colin, what do you got? Beyond?
Beyond, I'm just really tired.
Oh, okay, good. Well, thanks for really ruining the show on
that's
that.
all I'm saying.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
TGS is going to be over by the next time we come back. To play us out this week, we have another effect song. Since nobody sent in a real song, I just keep picking my friend's band from Missouri that's now defunct because there's no copyright law
I
to
can give
worry
you
about.
some good music.
Is it going to get me copyright laws?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, this is Effect, straight out of Cahokia, Missouri. This is Falling Fast. This has been Podcast Beyond Beyond!
My own season has just changed as the leaves fall so do
all sense of reality and enter another world. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.